And I'm Tina, and welcome to Lakeshore Academy. What I'm going to do right now, my videos are a little bit different in the fact that I'm not just going to be showing you the Thinking Tree journals. I'm actually going to try my very best to explain the journals and show you the inside of some of them, well, all of them, but not in entirety, just to get the point across, to try to help you to differentiate what book is right for your family and what book is not quite a good fit for you. So I do not have all the Thinking Tree. I do not own all the Thinking Tree spelling journals. However, I do own some, and I'm just going to try to break down for those who are new. They're trying to figure out which spelling journal I should get based on what I have right now, and hopefully, even if I don't have that particular journal, based on this video, you'll be able to pick even another spelling journal that you think may work for your family. So, this particular journal, as you can see, it's a smaller size. So if you have a child that doesn't like small books, then this wouldn't be the right one for your family. However, the content of these books are really, really great. However, my son is more geared towards full-size books, so it works better for him. My daughter, it doesn't matter with her. She can use full size, she can use pocket size, it doesn't matter. But if you have a child that really doesn't like small books and they want to have big books, then these two wouldn't be great for you. However, I do like the content of the books anyway. But my son still did it anyway. I just want to show you a little bit of the inside of the book. This is when we first started with Thinking Tree, so my son's handwriting and everything has gotten so much better. Okay, so how it goes, you usually have a particular animal that you're working with, and you have your words. Then you will actually use those particular words in different ways. Like, these are your spelling words. So at first you read this, you don't know which ones are your spelling words that you're focusing on. But when you turn to this page, you actually know which ones they are, because they're the ones that's bigger than all the other words. So it's little, not just a with, and it goes on. So you're doing different things with these particular spelling words. Like, for example, you're instructed on the second page rather, to color. You do your spelling words on this page, and then on this page, you not only color this little particular animal, which is a lizard, you draw his food and habitat. And then on this page, you're actually filling in the blanks again. And this part, is actually drawing in the missing parts of that particular animal that you're working with. And the format really repeats itself in that nature. However, you're doing different animals. So although you're doing the same format, you're getting a different perspective and a different outlook because you're working with different animals. So same format. And then at the end, there has this wonderful part where it says practice time, read, write, and spell. So you're actually working with the words that you did in this complete book. And you're writing them in each box in different ways. And if you notice, the font is different. So here you color in the words and then write. Here is just the regular words and then you write. So it's pretty neat in that. And then it has a little part where it tells you to write a story or a poem with the words. And then you can make your own little illustration book in the back. Now, this one is 175 words, creative comic book, cursive, and spelling, do-it-yourself journal. This is a smaller journal as well. But this is geared, I think, towards middle-aged kids, maybe like 10 to 12. But you can use it for any age that you want. So you're going to see all the 175 words in the beginning, which I like, because I like to know what I'm working with ahead of time. That's just my personality. I like to know. So she has all the words here that you're going to be using in this particular journal. Then she also shows the child how it looks in cursive as well. Let me hold it up because this book is small. so you can see it in the camera. Then she also has creative comics, and you design your own characters. So you have different areas where you can design your own characters. And it's also study these characters for inspiration. So you can actually study these and for inspiration. You also have poems. You have the color me time. Then you're doing that exact same poem in a different way. Create your own comments, cursive writing. So here you're going to be copying that poem, but you're going to be doing it in cursive. So you're actually working in manuscript and you're working in cursive. And then you're working on the letters, spelling time, where you pick your own letter and then you choose 5 words that contain that letter. And it has different ways in which you're working with the words throughout this book. So it's hitting just about everything from space to music. This book really just touched a little bit of everything. Pets, thinking, amazing pets, canoes, cakes, apples. This is it's going to talk about a variety of different subjects. So if you're looking for something that's talking about a whole lot of different things and not just animals and not just food, well, this is the journal for you, because it's talking about so many different subjects: animals, food, how you feel, all kind of stuff in this journal. And they're getting their manuscript, and they're getting their cursive, and they're getting their spelling. But again, as you can see, it's not a full size. So now let's go on to Do It Yourself 4 Seasons. This book is geared towards helping your child not only learn to spell, but also learn their 4 seasons as well. It also has all the spelling words, 150, to let you know what the child will be working with throughout this particular journal. So you're getting your poetry, you're getting your writing, you're getting your copy work, you're getting your drawing. I really like this for that aspect. They even have an aspect where they can fill in the face. So it's teaching them how to draw too. And also, I think this would be very, very good for children with autism, or artistic, or how different people call it different things. So if you have a child that has problem with eye-to-eye contact or looking in faces, this will be a good journal for them too, because they actually have to draw the face, draw the eye, so it helps them to be able to be more comfortable in situations where they have to have eye-to-eye contact. Now, I know this particular journal is not geared towards that, but that's the way I use it, being that I have a child that has autism, and learning those social cues is very, very important. So that's why I like that for that aspect. And there's a whole lot of other things that you're going to be doing, from copy work to working in a calendar, making up your own calendar, which is going to help them with numbers, going to help them really with a whole lot of things. Draw how it looks in the spring, summer, winter, and autumn. It's different things that's going to be done. Even have a creative writing prompt area and a section with what spelling words do you need to practice on. So if there was some particular words within this journal that they had a hard time with, this would be the section in which they would work on those particular words. So it's really, really neat. Okay, now let's go on to this. Say, for example, now it's an A, B, and C of this particular journal. And I did have a B, but I did a option, and then I included that in the option. And I had the A, but I gave it away to a mom that was just starting homeschooling, and I wanted her to try Thinking Tree. But anyway, this is the C version. About these journals, this is the C. It gradually progressed. So the A is a little bit more condensed. It's not as hard. You don't have as much to do. The B gradually progressed, where you're doing more with the words. And then the C is like they're doing extra work with the words. What I like with this particular journal is that it's not just spelling. And when I say that, you're going to be dealing with animals and instruments, and also you're going to hit some geography in this journal. That's why I like it. It's going to hit language, art, spelling, geography, math, art, logic. And let me just show you what I'm talking about. these are all the words in which the child will be working on. And actually, my daughter, this is her book. But the reason why I graded this because I wanted them to see that they can do well. And they did excellent because, you know, when they was in public school, they kind of had a difficulty. And especially my son with spelling. So I wanted him to show him how well he can do in spelling. He's capable of making 100 as well. So that's why you see it's graded and it has stickers on it. But anyway, let me show you some. Okay, as you can see, oh my goodness, I showed them how different grades look and how it makes you feel when you see a 70 versus a 60. How does that make you feel? So we talked about that. That's why you saw the 70 and the 60 on different stuff, because I wanted to talk to them how it made them feel so they can get in touch with those emotions. So don't never let a number define you. Although sometimes they do, but in this particular case, I wanted to build their confidence. So that's why I did that, in order to teach them, make it a teachable moment. So I'm not really too much into all of that, but in my area, you have to grade. So I just wanted them to understand different things about that. But let me get back to the subject. I went off on a tangent for a moment. Let me just show you how this book looks. Like these are the particular words, right? So you work with these words, you write something about it, you actually start to pick an animal that you want to learn more about. This one is focused on Greece, so you're going to learn different things about Greece. This one was about France. So it's not only spelling. So you're working with these words. You're also working with it from a geography aspect of it's telling you about Greece, so you look up all the information about that. You look up, not only that, you learn about music because you're learning about the particular instrument in which the animal is using at that time. Now, this animal is using a harmonica. So my son loves playing his harmonica. So not only would they learn these spelling words, they will also learn about this particular animal. They will learn about the musical instrument. They will learn about this place in geography. So this is like a one-stop shop when it's dealing with, and I'm a unit study lover, so this hits everything when you're doing a unit study. Then you have writing your poems and using the words in the poems and different stuff. So if you're looking for something that's kind of like unit study geared, and I go back and forth. So some moments I use unit study, some moments I don't. But this is really a good one if you're a unit study driven homeschool, because you're going to be hitting so many different areas within this one spelling book. It's not just spelling, it's language arts, it's reading, it's geography, it's music too. So you're going to be hitting everything. That's why I like this one. Okay, this is the spelling journal, Fun Schooling Spelling Journal. If you notice, this says journal, this says spelling time. These say spelling time. These say spelling journal. So let's see what the difference is. This is like geared towards ages 5 and up. If your child is younger, you can help the child with this particular information. If they're older, they can do it by themselves. And it's 180 pages of activity. So if you're in an area or a state where you have to have 180 days of homeschooling, your child can literally do 1 page a day. And when they complete this journal, you know that they complete 180 days. It can be just that simple, 1 page a day. So, oh my, and as you can see, my kids do use these journals. So what I like about these journals is that on this particular day, you're working on hearts. Then this is the journal that my son works in. You'll search your house for 10 6-letter words. So you're searching for the words. And this fits better for my son because he has dyslexia, whereas my daughter doesn't. So it's very hard for him with spelling. So although he reads very well now and he can express himself with speech, with his voice, he still has a difficult time corresponding or putting on paper how he feels about something because of his problem with spelling. So the reason why I like this, because with a child that already has problem with spelling, and then you giving them a traditional spelling book, it can make them feel really, really bad. So the way that this is done, it builds confidence. So they search the house for those particular things, and they can have a theme. They can just do hearts if they want, or they can do outer space, words with outer space, but you don't have to. They can search their house for 10 5-letter words, 10 7-letter words, and it switched from different letter words, from 10 letters, 8 letters, 6 letters, 7 letters, and it goes on and on. Then you get to a place in this journal where you have to write the five words. If you need help, just ask someone older. Now, this is particularly geared towards the younger ones if they're using this. But even if an older one is having a problem with a word that they're not really familiar with, this could help too. Like with my son, when it gets to areas like this, excuse me, I tell him to be self-sufficient. So before you come to me about something that you don't know how to spell, we have electronics, we have Alexa, we have a dictionary, we have thesauruses. I want you to go and try to find it yourself so it can build your independence. It's so many things that we can do if you have a weakness in an area like spelling. You still can get through and function in life if you use a different avenue. So before he comes to me, I make sure that he went through all the different scenarios first. Or if he hasn't, or he's working through it and I see that he's getting totally frustrated, I intervene and then I help him with that particular word or whatever he's having trouble with, because I don't want him to lose his foundation and his structural integrity because he's just so harped on this one word that he can't spell. So when I see that it's going a little bit overboard, then I jump in. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Let's regroup. Let's go ahead and I'm going to help you with this word, and then I'm going to break it down to you and show you how you can learn how to spell this the next time. So that's just a little tidbit that I do with my son. And then you also have my fun pages. And you can use them however you like. If you want to do documentaries, if you want to do a report on something, it's totally up to you. This is super duper cute because you're supposed to write a short story about the different pictures, the various pictures. So another way for them to be creative as well. So again, this is Tina from Lakeshore Academy. I'm sorry this video went over my 15 minutes, but I just want to explain to you about these different journals so that you can better be able to differentiate which journal will work for your family versus which ones will not. So I hope this was helpful. Have a good day.